Welcome to the Bible in a Year reading plan. Together we will read through the entire Bible. A portion from the Old Testament, New Testament, Psalms and Proverbs every day. Today's reading is in the video image. Read along, listen daily, and grow in the Word. Don't forget to like and subscribe to stay on track with us daily. And you can always go back to previous videos if you miss any days. Numbers 33. These are the journeys of the children of Israel, who went out of the land of Egypt by their armies under the hand of Moses and Aaron. 2. Now Moses wrote down the starting points of their journeys at the command of the Lord. And these are their journeys according to their starting points. 3. They departed from Ramesses in the first month, on the 15th day of the first month. On the day after the Passover, the children of Israel went out with boldness in the sight of all the Egyptians. 4. For the Egyptians were burying all their firstborn, whom the Lord had killed among them. Also on their gods the Lord had executed judgments. 5. Then the children of Israel moved from Ramesses and camped at Succos. 6. They departed from Succos and camped at Etham, which is on the edge of the wilderness. 7. They moved from Etham and turned back to Pi-hahiroth, which is east of Baal-zephon, and they camped near Migdol. 8. They departed from before Hahiroth and passed through the midst of the sea into the wilderness, went 3 days' journey in the wilderness of Etham, and camped at Marah. 9. They moved from Marah and came to Elim. At Elim were 12 springs of water and 70 palm trees. So they camped there. 10. They moved from Elim and camped by the Red Sea. 11. They moved from the Red Sea and camped in the wilderness of Sin. 12. They journeyed from the wilderness of Sin and camped at Dophkah. 13. They departed from Dophkah and camped at Alush. 14. They moved from Alush and camped at Rephidim, where there was no water for the people to drink. 15. They departed from Rephidim and camped in the wilderness of Sinai. 16. They moved from the wilderness of Sinai and camped at Kibroth-Hattaavah. 17. They departed from Kibroth-Hattaavah and camped at Hazeroth. 18. They departed from Hazeroth and camped at Rithmah. 19. They departed from Rithmah and camped at Rimmon-Perez. 20. They departed from Rimmon-Perez and camped at Libnah. 21. They moved from Libnah and camped at Rissah. 22. They journeyed from Rissah and camped at Kehelatha. 23. They went from Kehelatha and camped at Mount Shepher. 24. They moved from Mount Shepher and camped at Harada. 25. They moved from Harada and camped at Makaloth. 26. They moved from Makaloth and camped at Tahath. 27. They departed from Tahath and camped at Turah. 28. They moved from Turah and camped at Mithkah. 29. They went from Mithkah and camped at Hashmanah. 30. They departed from Hashmanah and camped at Mosroth. 31. They departed from Mosroth and camped at Bene-Jaakan. 32. They moved from Bene-Jaakan and camped at Hor-Haggidgad. 33. They went from Hor-Haggidgad and camped at Jotbathah. 34. They moved from Jotbathah and camped at Abrona. 35. They departed from Abrona and camped at Ezion-Geber. 36. They moved from Ezion-Geber and camped in the wilderness of Zin, which is Kadesh. 37. They moved from Kadesh and camped at Mount Hor, on the boundary of the land of Edom. 38. Then Aaron the priest went up to Mount Hor at the command of the Lord, and died there in the 40th year after the children of Israel had come out of the land of Egypt, on the first day of the 5th month. 39. Aaron was 123 years old when he died on Mount Hor. 40. Now the king of Arad, the Canaanite, who dwelt in the south in the land of Canaan, heard of the coming of the children of Israel. 41. So they departed from Mount Hor and camped at Zalmonah. 42. They departed from Zalmonah and camped at Punon. 43. They departed from Punon and camped at Oboth. 44. They departed from Oboth and camped at Ijabram, at the border of Moab. 45. They departed from Ijam and camped at Dibon-Gad. 46. They moved from Dibon-Gad and camped at Almon-Diblathaim. 47. They moved from Almon-Diblathaim and camped in the mountains of Abiram, before Nebo. 48. They departed from the mountains of Abiram and camped in the plains of Moab by the Jordan, across from Jericho. 49. They camped by the Jordan, from Beth-Jesemoth as far as the Abel Acacia Grove in the plains of Moab. 50. Now the Lord spoke to Moses in the plains of Moab by the Jordan, across from Jericho, saying, 51. Speak to the children of Israel, and say to them, when you have Cross the Jordan into the land of Canaan. 52 Then you shall drive out all the inhabitants of the land from before you, destroy all their engraved stones, destroy all their molded images, and demolish all their high places. 53 You shall dispossess the inhabitants of the land and dwell in it. For I have given you the land to possess. 54 And you shall divide the land by lot as an inheritance among your families. To the larger you shall give a larger inheritance, and to the smaller you shall give a smaller inheritance. There everyone's inheritance shall be whatever falls to him by lot. You shall inherit according to the tribes of your fathers. 55 But if you do not drive out the inhabitants of the land from before you, then it shall be that those whom you let remain shall be irritants in your eyes and thorns in your sides, and they shall harass you in the land where you dwell. 56 Moreover it shall be that I will do to you as I thought to do to them. Numbers 34. Then the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, To command the children of Israel, and say to them, When you come into the land of Canaan, this is the land that shall fall to you as an inheritance, the land of Canaan to its boundaries. 3 Your southern border shall be from the wilderness of Zin along the border of Edom. Then your southern border shall extend eastward to the end of the Salt Sea. For your border shall turn from the southern side of the ascent of Akrabim, continue to Zin, and be on the south of Kadesh Barnea. Then it shall go on to Hazar Adar, and continue to Asman. 5 The border shall turn from Asman to the brook of Egypt, and it shall end at the sea. 6 As for the western border, you shall have the great sea for a border. This shall be your western border. 7 And this shall be your northern border. From the great sea you shall mark out your borderline to Mount Hor. 8 From Mount Hor you shall mark out your border to the entrance of Hamath. Then the direction of the border shall be toward Zedad. 9 The border shall proceed to Ziphron, and it shall end at Hazar Enan. This shall be your northern border. 10 You shall mark out your eastern border from Hazar Enan to Shepham. 11 The border shall go down from Shepham to Riblah on the east side of Ain. The border shall go down and reach to the eastern side of the Sea of Chinnereth. 12 The border shall go down along the Jordan, and it shall end at the Salt Sea. This shall be your land with its surrounding boundaries. 13 Then Moses commanded the children of Israel, saying, This is the land which you shall inherit by lot, which the Lord has commanded to give to the 9 tribes and to the half-tribe. 14 For the tribe of the children of Reuben according to the house of their fathers, and the tribe of the children of Gad according to the house of their fathers, have received their inheritance, and the half-tribe of Manasseh has received its inheritance. 15 The 2 tribes and the half-tribe have received their inheritance on this side of the Jordan, across from Jericho eastward, toward the sunrise. 16 And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, 17 These are the names of the men who shall divide the land among you as an inheritance: Eleazar the priest and Joshua the son of Nun. 18 And you shall take 1 leader of every tribe to divide the land for the inheritance. 19 These are the names of the men from the tribe of Judah: Caleb the son of Jephunneh. 20 From the tribe of the children of Simeon, Shemuel the son of Ammihud. 21 From the tribe of Benjamin, Elidad the son of Chislon. 22 A leader from the tribe of the children of Dan, Buki the son of Jogli. 23 From the sons of Joseph, a leader from the tribe of the children of Manasseh, Haniel the son of Ephod. 24 And a leader from the tribe of the children of Ephraim, Kemuel the son of Shifton. 25 A leader from the tribe of the children of Zebulun, Elizaphan the son of Parnak. 26 A leader from the tribe of the children of Issachar, Paltiel the son of Azan. 27 A leader from the tribe of the children of Asher, Ahud the son of Shalomi. 28 And a leader from the tribe of the children of Naphtali, Pedahel the son of Ammihud. 29 These are the ones the Lord commanded to divide the inheritance among the children of Israel in the land of Canaan. Mark 9. And he said to them, Assuredly, I say to you that there are some standing here who will not taste death till they see the kingdom of God present with power. 2 Now after 6 days Jesus took Peter, James, and John, and led them up on a high mountain apart by themselves, and he was transfigured before them. 3 His clothes became shining, exceedingly white, like snow, such as no launderer on earth can whiten them. 4 And Elijah appeared to them with Moses, and they were talking with Jesus. 5 Then Peter answered and said to Jesus, Rabbi, it is good for us to be here, and let us make 3 tabernacles, one for you, one for Moses, and one for Elijah. 6 Because he did not know what to say, for they were greatly afraid. 7 And a cloud came and overshadowed them, and a voice came out of the cloud, saying, This is my beloved Son. Hear him. 8 Suddenly, when they had looked around, they saw no one anymore, but only Jesus with themselves. 9 Now as they came down from the mountain, he commanded them that they should tell no one the things they had seen, till the Son of Man had risen from the dead. 10 So they kept this word to themselves, questioning what the rising from the dead meant. 11 And they asked him, saying, Why do the scribes say that Elijah must come first? 12 Then he answered and told them, Indeed, Elijah is coming first and restores all things. And how is it written concerning the Son of Man, that he must suffer many things and be treated with contempt? 13 But I say to you that Elijah has also come, and they did to him whatever they wished, as it is written of him. 14 And when he came to the disciples, he saw a great multitude around them, and scribes disputing with them. 15 Immediately, when they saw him, all the people were greatly amazed, and running to him, greeted him. 16 And he asked the scribes, What are you discussing with them? 17 Then one of the crowd answered and said, Teacher, I brought you my son, who has a mute spirit. 18 And wherever it seizes him, it throws him down. He foams at the mouth, gnashes his teeth, and becomes rigid. So I spoke to your disciples, that they should cast it out, but they could not. 19 He answered him and said, O faithless generation, how long shall I be with you? How long shall I bear with you? Bring him to me. 20 Then they brought him to him. And when he saw him, immediately the spirit convulsed him, and he fell on the ground and wallowed, foaming at the mouth. 21 So he asked his father, How long has this been happening to him? And he said, From childhood. 22 And often he has thrown him both into the fire and into the water to destroy him. But if you can do anything, have compassion on us and help us. 23 Jesus said to him, If you can believe, all things are possible to him who believes. 24 Immediately the father of the child cried out and said with tears, Lord, I believe, help my unbelief. 25 When Jesus saw that the people came running together, he rebuked the unclean spirit, saying to it, Deaf and dumb spirit, I command you, come out of him and enter him no more. 26 Then the spirit cried out, convulsed him greatly, and came out of him. And he became as one dead, so that many said, He is dead. 27 But Jesus took him by the hand and lifted him up, and he arose. 28 And when he had come into the house, his disciples asked him privately, Why could we not cast it out? 29 So he said to them, This kind can come out by nothing but prayer and fasting. Psalm 61. To the chief musician, on a stringed instrument, a psalm of David. Hear my cry, O God, attend to my prayer. 2 From the end of the earth I will cry to you, when my heart is overwhelmed, lead me to the rock that is higher than I. 3 For you have been a shelter for me, a strong tower from the enemy. 4 I will abide in your tabernacle forever, I will trust in the shelter of your wings. Selah. 5 For you, O God, have heard my vows. You have given me the heritage of those who fear your name. 6 You will prolong the king's life, his years as many generations. 7 He shall abide before God forever. Oh, prepare mercy and truth, which may preserve him. 8 So I will sing praise to your name forever, that I may daily perform my vows. Proverbs 30. The words of Agag the son of Jakeh, his utterance. This man declared to Ithiel and Ucal, Too surely I am more stupid than any man, and do not have the understanding of a man. 3 I neither learned wisdom nor have knowledge of the Holy One. 4 Who has ascended into heaven, or descended? Who has gathered the wind in his fists? Who has bound the waters in a garment? Who has established all the ends of the earth? What is his name, and what is his son's name? If you know, 5. Every word of God is pure. He is a shield to those who put their trust in him. 6. Do not add to his words, lest he rebuke you, and you be found a liar. 7. 2 things I request of you. Deprive me not before I die. 8. Remove falsehood and lies far from me. Give me neither poverty nor riches. Feed me with the food allotted to me. 9. Lest I be full and deny you, and say, Who is the Lord? Or lest I be poor and steal, and profane the name of my God. 10. Do not malign a servant to his master, lest he curse you, and you be found guilty. 11. There is a generation that curses its father, and does not bless its mother. 12. There is a generation that is pure in its own eyes, yet is not washed from its filthiness. 13. There is a generation, oh, how lofty are their eyes, and their eyelids are lifted up. 14. There is a generation whose teeth are like swords, and whose fangs are like knives, to devour the poor from off the earth, and the needy from among men. 15. The leech has 2 daughters. Give and give. There are 3 things that are never satisfied, for never say, enough. 16. The grave, the barren womb, the earth that is not satisfied with water, and the fire never says, enough. 17. The eye that mocks his father, and scorns obedience to his mother. The ravens of the valley will pick it out, and the young eagles will eat it. 18. There are 3 things which are too wonderful for me, yes, for which I do not understand. 19. The way of an eagle in the air, the way of a serpent on a rock, the way of a ship in the midst of the sea, and the way of a man with a virgin. 20. This is the way of an adulterous woman. She eats and wipes her mouth, and says, I have done no wickedness. 21. For 3 things the earth is perturbed, yes, for 4 it cannot bear up. 22. For a servant when he reigns, a fool when he is filled with food. 23. A hateful woman when she is married, and a maidservant who succeeds her mistress. 24. There are 4 things which are little on the earth, but they are exceedingly wise. 25. The ants are a people not strong, yet they prepare their food in the summer. 26. The rock badgers are a feeble folk, yet they make their homes in the crags. 27. The locusts have no king, yet they all advance in ranks. 28. The spider skillfully grasps with its hands, and it is in kings' palaces. 29. There are 3 things which are majestic in pace, yes, for which are stately in walk. 30. A lion, which is mighty among beasts and does not turn away from any. 31. A greyhound, a male goat also, and a king, whose troops are with him. 32. If you have been foolish in exalting yourself, or if you have devised evil, put your hand on your mouth. 33. For as the churning of milk produces butter, and wringing the nose produces blood, so the forcing of wrath produces strife. Thanks for reading with me today. Come back tomorrow as we continue our journey through the Bible. Like and subscribe so you don't miss the next day.